Learn English with inspiration. The girl who chose to rise. Hello, dear listener, and welcome back to my channel. Today, you're in for a very special story. If you're learning English and want to grow your vocabulary, your confidence, and your courage, you're in the right place. This story is more than just words. It's a journey. A journey of a young girl who could have given up, should have stayed silent, but instead, she chose to rise. In this story, you'll hear the powerful words could, should, and would, not just as grammar, but as tools to make choices, face challenges, and change lives. These words may look small, but they can shape your thoughts, your choices, and even your future. Let's see how. Focus. Would, for imagined situations, polite speech, or habitual past actions. Should, for advice, expectations, or moral responsibility. Could, for ability, possibility, or polite permission. So, as you listen to the story, keep your ears open for would, should, and could. Now, find a quiet place, relax, and listen closely. Because sometimes a story is all it takes to help you believe in yourself and speak your heart out loud. Are you ready? Let's begin the journey. The girl who chose to rise. Meera lived in a sleepy coastal town where fishermen set sail before sunrise and children played barefoot under coconut trees. The school she attended was small, with peeling paint and one dusty library. But to Meera, it was a palace of possibilities. She wasn't the loudest, the tallest, or the most outgoing, but she had something stronger, a quiet fire inside. While others laughed or played after class, Meera would often stay behind, flipping through old books. She would read about inventors, leaders, dreamers, people who changed the world. And in her heart, a question bloomed. Could someone like me make a difference too? Her father was a humble fisherman. Her mother worked in a local canteen. Life wasn't easy, but they taught her that she should always respect others and believe in herself. Still, doubts whispered at night. She didn't have fancy clothes. She spoke slowly in English. Sometimes classmates teased her accent. Meera often wondered if she would ever be seen as more than just a girl from the coast. But she kept showing up, with a notebook in one hand and dreams in the other. One sunny afternoon, Meera found a poster near the school gate. It read, "State Science Fair, submit your innovation. Top 5 students will represent the district." Most students walked past it, but Meera stared at it like it was a lighthouse in the fog. Her hands trembled as she took down the details. She whispered to herself, "I should try even if I fail." For the next 2 weeks, Meera would wake before dawn, collecting ideas in a worn-out diary. She could use discarded plastic to make low-cost water filters, she thought. Villagers were always struggling with water. Maybe this idea could help them. She built a rough model, using recycled bottles and layers of charcoal and sand. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. Her science teacher, Mr. Sinha, noticed her working alone during lunch. He was impressed. "You have a brilliant mind, Meera. You should present this. The world could benefit from ideas like yours." Those words were a spark. Meera entered the competition. The day of the science fair arrived. The hall was crowded with students wearing polished shoes, sleek models, and confident smiles. Meera stood at her small table with her filter, feeling like a paper boat in a sea of yachts. But when the judges came by, she explained calmly, showing how her model could save lives in rural areas. Her sincerity and purpose touched them. That evening, the results were announced. Her name was third on the list. She had made it. Her classmates clapped. Some of them would never have imagined she had this in her. Even her principal admitted, "Meera, you should be proud. You've inspired many today." A month later, Meera traveled to the city for the state finals. It was her first time on a train, her first time seeing skyscrapers, her first time speaking into a microphone. The city scared her at first. So many fast talkers, so many polished presentations. She thought, "I could never fit in here." But then she remembered, even the tallest building starts from the ground. She practiced her speech, polished her prototype, and walked onto that stage with steady feet. She didn't win the gold medal, but her model received a special recognition for community impact. A government official told her, "This project should be in every village. Would you be willing to partner with a team to scale it up?" Meera blinked. She had come to present an idea and was leaving with a mission. Months passed. Meera was invited to speak at webinars, schools, even a TED-style event in her state. She was still quiet, but her words now held weight. People began to recognize her, not for how she looked or where she came from, but for what she stood for. She helped set up water filters in 30 nearby villages. She would mentor younger girls, telling them, "You shouldn't let fear decide your future. You could be anything if you just begin." And they believed her because she once sat in the same wooden chairs with the same doubts. Years later, Meera stood at her old school gate. It hadn't changed much. She smiled at the poster board where her journey began. A little girl tugged her sleeve. "Meera, is it true you went on TV?" Meera laughed. "Yes, but I was once where you are, and I'm here to tell you, you could go even farther." That day, she gifted the school a new science lab built from her foundation's funds. As teachers, parents, and students clapped, Meera whispered to herself, "Every child should feel seen. Every voice could matter." This story teaches us that you should never let your background define your future. You could be the reason someone dares to believe in themselves. And if you choose courage over fear, the world would begin to change. One kind act, one strong voice, and one brave heart at a time. Sometimes we think we could never be brave, or that we should wait for permission. But Meera showed us, if you believe and if you care, you would find the strength to rise and help others rise too. Awesome job, language explorers. I hope by now you've got a clear and confident understanding of how to use should, could, and would in real life. But don't just stop here. Now it's your turn to shine. Grab your notebook or head straight to the comments section below and try writing your own sentences using should, could, and would. Be as creative, funny, or inspiring as you like. Let's turn practice into progress and grow together, one sentence at a time. Your words matter. Your effort counts. And trust me, you could be fluent faster than you think. If this story inspired you, even a little, then please hit the like button, share it with someone who needs a little motivation today, and subscribe for more powerful stories that help you grow your English and your spirit. Together, let's learn, let's dream, and let's never forget, we could be the reason someone believes again. Thank you for listening, and never stop rising.